Hi, welcome back to my channel, PY here again. Today I'll be talking about something which I've kind of been pondering on for quite a long time, and that's sexual education and how parents, I would love to say generally, but I don't want to generalize it because I'm just talking about a side that I'm used to, so it's not like, and that's African parents, how they neglect the area of sexual education. The only thing they tell you about sex, yeah. The first time I had a sexual education was when I started my period, and I was like, "Hey, mom, I'm starting my period, blah blah." Then they sat me down and gave me a sexual education, and it's like, "Now you're a woman. You are now a woman." And if a boy touches you today, you are pregnant. You are pregnant. So it was all about, if they touch you, you're pregnant, and that's it. And the warning is, you don't want to be pregnant in an African household, or else you get disowned. Or they'll scare you with, if you get pregnant now, he will continue with his education. He will continue with moving forward, but you will stay at home with the pregnancy, with the shame, and you will not continue. Your life has finished. So it was more of a scare that if you do get pregnant, you are done for life. So the mindset was, you don't want to get pregnant, or else you either get disowned, you're bringing shame to your family, or your life has been put on hold. So that was all that was said about sexual education. And what these parents forget to understand is, even with all of this, the media is still going to teach your children what sex is, how to deal with sex. They're still going to teach them all these things. And we're moving in a world right now that the speed is so fast. So now our generation has to learn how we're going to tell our children about sex. The first thing I'll say is, don't be scared to talk to your children about it, because I tell you right from the beginning, they're already seeing kissing in their cartoons, in all these little things. There's already romance put in there. So for example, I remember growing up, whenever there's a kissing scene, they'll say, turn your eyes to the side, close your eyes, cover your eyes, don't watch it. That was it. Like, but we're still inquisitive. You see us peeping like this. Are you? That was the way it was. And the truth is, they're always going to be exposed to all these things. And in the world where we're living now, children at very young age, you read in the news, children at very young age getting pregnant, children at very young age already knowing all about sex and all this. So it is quite important to, as a parent, study your child, and once you see they're already getting inquisitive, and once you see they're already a little bit of knowledge in there about sex and all these things, I think that's the right time to sit them down. It's best if they hear it from you. Another thing is, parents, don't be scared to tell your child that you lost your virginity at whatever age you did, because the truth is, you grow up telling your child to keep your virginity till you're married, especially from an African home where it's seen as, if you're a virgin, that means that, oh, you kept it till marriage, you're the best wife, you're the best this, you're the best. So it's seen that way, forgetting that some of our parents actually lost theirs even before marriage, and they don't even want to talk about it. So be open enough to let them know that, even if we want you and we hope and we have faith that you're going to keep this till you're married, but if just in case you did not, it doesn't make you less of a person. It just means that you have to understand the principles of sex before marriage, and why we don't want you to get married and have lost that part of you. So I think parents should not face the don't do this, don't this. Explain why you shouldn't do it. So why we're saying, save yourself to marriage is because of this and that and that, and show them, if you're from your faith, show them from the Bible why it's important for you to keep it. However, let them know that if by chance you don't keep it, it doesn't mean that you're less of a person, or you're not going to make a good wife or a good woman or a good mother. So we need to start teaching our kids this, and let them understand. Don't just put the rules and the regulations out there, explain to them why. So I just felt like talking about it today, and just to let people know that I think we need to start talking to our children. Even in the church, we need to start talking to the youths and the younger ones about sex and let them understand the principles of it. It's a principle. You have to let them understand the principle, or else they'll be drawn in by pressure, they'll be drawn in by, you know, different things just to give in. And the thing about sex is, once you've started having it, it is easier to continue. It's hard to stop, because now you have to change your mindset and change your thinking about the whole thing. So we need to talk to the kids, the men, the male and the female. We need to teach them more about these things. So I just want to talk about that. And hey, let's throw the discussion out there. When did you receive your first sexual education, and how was it? Was it awkward? Was it well explained to you, or did you have to find out yourself from friends, from the media? What exactly was it, and how do you hope to tell your children about sex and teach them about the principles of sex? So let's get the conversation going. Yes, it's PY again. Thank you for watching, and